We begin just north of the 5 boroughs in New York's 17th district, where the man tasked with keeping Democrats in power in the House, by most accounts, has a real battle on his hands. Our Kevin Fry has been on the road talking to the candidates and the voters and joins us now with his findings. Good evening, Kevin.
Yeah, good evening, Errol. Sean Patrick Maloney has a lot on his hands trying to keep the Democrats in power in the House, but right now he's looking at home to see if he can keep his own seat in the Hudson Valley.
My opponent,
Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney, in the fight for his political life.
And your choice is a mainstream guy like Maloney or a MAGA guy like Lawler.
His grasp on New York's 17th congressional district apparently at risk. In 2020, Joe Biden won the district, which stretches from Rockland County to Dutchess County in New York's Hudson Valley, by roughly 10 percentage points. But now Maloney's race is rated a toss-up by a prominent election prognosticator. That's no small development, since Maloney chairs the House Democrats' campaign committee, meaning he's in charge of trying to keep his party in the majority. It's a role that's made him a big target. A super PAC affiliated with House GOP leadership has sunk millions of dollars into this race, looking to flip the district. A Republican win here would amount to a symbolic victory, given Maloney's role in the Democratic caucus. Democrat-aligned groups have responded in kind, throwing well over $1 million into the race in the past few weeks. And over the weekend, former President Bill Clinton and First Lady Jill Biden stopped by to campaign with the congressman.
Mike Lawler, running for Congress. Nice to see you.
Maloney's opponent, Republican State Assemblyman Mike Lawler, says he entered this race clear-eyed about the challenge of taking on someone in House leadership. But he says he's lived here his whole life.
I know the people here. I represent many of the people here. I understand the challenges because I live them too. And unfortunately, my opponent doesn't understand them.
Lawler is taking a page out of his party's playbook, hitting his opponent and the Democratic Party writ large on crime and the economy.
We need to increase domestic energy production, and that will help bring down costs of both gas prices and home heating costs, as well as the production of goods.
Maloney is touting his policy wins on Capitol Hill, like getting oil barge anchorages banned on the lower Hudson River. He's also trying to paint Lawler as out of step with the mainstream, including on abortion. Lawler opposes abortion rights with certain exceptions, though publicly he opposes a national ban on the procedure.
When Mike Lawler says let the states decide, that means he's fine with states banning abortion.
Maloney's decision to run here in the first place was met with criticism from some fellow Democrats. Maloney currently represents New York's 18th district, but after redistricting, he opted to run in the more Biden-friendly 17th instead. Although Maloney lives in his new district, the move effectively forced freshman Congressman Mondaire Jones to seek election elsewhere. Lawler argues redistricting and Maloney's district change ends up helping him.
He doesn't have that built-in advantage that a normal incumbent does because this is a redistricting year.
While Maloney says tight matchups are nothing new to him.
I've always been in a competitive congressional district. That makes me a little different than some people who serve in the Congress. I got to go out and earn it every 2 years.
Whether he'll earn it this time could come down to the wire. Now, I spoke with Maloney just in the days after that GOP super PAC announced that massive ad buy in this district, millions of dollars worth. And I asked him, look, you're in charge of the DCCC. What are you going to do about spending money to perhaps counteract that? Are you going to have to put some DCCC funding in there? He said he would recuse himself from those decisions, and ultimately that group, which is the Democrats' campaign arm on the House side, did put hundreds of thousands of dollars backing up Maloney in that race as well. So lots of money flowing into this race, not fully unexpected. We've seen challenges to sitting DCCC chairs before, including in the primary season, but certainly this one now getting a lot of attention as we're seeing this race clearly become very tight.
Kevin, to the extent that this outside money is flowing into this race in this suburban district, what are they spending the money on?
A lot of it is on ads, particularly that GOP-aligned super PAC is spending on broadcast ads, which, if you think about it, they're in the New York City media market, so that is not an inexpensive venture. Some of those spending from the DCCC also on ads as well.
All right. Thanks very much, Kevin.